Hi everybody, I'm Colin and I run MilViz, and this is my cohort, Sheen.
Hi.
And we're here today to show you what MilViz has been working on. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, what you see on your screen is the Avanti P182. Now, this is going to be one of our aircrafts. Right now, as you can plainly see, it has no MFDs, no PFDs, no nothing. Hold on a second here, we're having a little bit of a volume issue. There you go.
Yeah.
So push play and then get rid of the volume's up.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm seeing this advert.
Oh, because you always see adverts.
Do you? Oh. Oh.
Anyway, okay, so what you got going on here is the Avanti P182, as I said. Nothing is operational. Materials are done. Are not done. This is extremely WIP. That means work in progress. So, but this is essentially what it will look like it's in game. So once we've tweaked the materials, it'll look even better. This is what it looks like outside. Hold on a second here. There we go. Oh my goodness, she's in the air already. Ha ha ha. Just ignore the lights, the floating lights, because we do. This has not had its flight dynamics files done yet. And as you can plainly see, shiny wheels and everything, the materials are not yet done. But, as you can also see, the aircraft is nearly ready for moving ahead. Now we can take a close look at the, hold on, let me just move in here. You can see the bump mapping is already done, and she's got some nice stuff going on. Yep, that is a nice looking airplane. And the VC, beautiful. Alright, so next aircraft, let's see. Let's get up from, just ignore that Carinado stuff. Yuck! Okay, here we go. Come on. Load the one I want. Thank you. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. We're still waiting. It's true. I'm not sure why, but we are. Come on. That's not good. Maybe we crashed. I don't know. Let's see. Uh-oh. Looks like we have a CTD, folks. Okay. Yeah, it stopped working. Okay, so we're going to have to start P3D again. But first, let's see here. Let's get rid of it. Thank you. And we'll start it again. And hopefully it'll run. And we'll see. Living world citizen, please delete from your. Okay. I don't want to do that. Okay, so here we go. Back to where we were. Avanti. Okay. Ignore Alabeo too. For those of you who like Alabeo. I'm not one of them. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. We had a little bit of a technical glitch. Yes, I not only had a CTD, I had a BSOD, blue screen of death. But I'm back. Woohoo! So here we go. This is the next aircraft that we're going to be looking at today. This is the C310R Redux. What that means is we've taken the model, enhanced it, we've added more maps, more niceness to it. And let me just kill the sound here. And so what we're looking at is, yes, ignore the floating compass card, excuse me. And what you can see is we have done quite a lot of work in making this look a lot better. And it is unfinished. We're still working on it. And this is the outside. Hold on. And as you can plainly see, she's been enhanced quite a fair bit. And we really like this airplane. Now we're going to be likely, not 100% sure, we're probably going to revisit at least some of the code that's behind this aircraft, namely the electricals and the hydraulics. Not 100% sure that we're going to redo the avionics and all that stuff behind it. Maybe. That is a maybe at this point. Anyway, so she is a beaut. If anybody has any questions about it, yeah, I see that. Well, Tarpon, we will probably be talking about it, yes, but not yet. So a little patience, and let's see if we can move on to the next aircraft here. So we're going to change our vehicle and move on to the next one. And we want this one. And let's go. Let's hope this works without killing my machine. Uh-oh. That is not looking auspicious, folks. Nope. Not looking so auspicious. I am going to have to kill that again. Let's try it. Let's hope this works. Okay, so let's try it again. And there it is. Here's this one. Now this aircraft is one of my favorites. It was actually the second aircraft that we ever did. Excuse the noise. It was the second aircraft that we ever did on our own. And then, unfortunately, we sold it to another company, no names mentioned. I think you know who that would be. And, no, it wasn't Airplane Heaven. And our contract with them specifically stated that we could do it for anything other than FSX, so that's what we're doing. We're doing this for P3D and possibly, maybe FSW, we'll see. But right now it's for P3D only, and as you can see, we have redone the whole aircraft. Everything has been done again to a much higher degree of detail. This plane is gorgeous, and it's fully animated. Everything in this airplane does what it's supposed to. I believe that we're even doing the circuit breakers and all that stuff. Now, I'm not going to play with flying this aircraft or anything like that. I'm probably not going to fly any of them except maybe one. We'll see. But I will walk you through what this airplane can do and everything. Now, so the person who's doing the coding for this is the same guy, Mariotti, and he's the guy who did the freeware MV22. That is available, I believe, through SOH. And he's pretty good. We really like working with this guy. And he has made this Corsair a lot of fun. And I also like to take this opportunity to thank Stan's DDS, I think it is, Stan's DS. He's the guy who gave us all of the corrections that needed to be made to make this aircraft what it is. So, shout out to you, man. Thanks. And there you have it. This airplane looks great. Now, the old Corsair paints might fit. I'm not sure how well they'll fit or how well they look, because these are essentially double the resolution. So we'll see. This also will be fully TACPack compatible. In fact, TACPack the TACPack version will be prepared and ready to go tomorrow. And yeah, so we really like this airplane. This is one of my favorites. And let's see, next up.
So when you say it's ready to go tomorrow, what does that mean specifically?
Well, it doesn't mean that it's ready for sale. TACPack is ready to go tomorrow.
Okay.
The aircraft itself is not ready for tomorrow. Okay, let's see if this works. And maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna kill this again. Every time I want to do this, I have to start again. That's kind of silly. Let's see. Here we go. Not yet. Okay. Back to this. Let's see. Okay, so we all know that we have a beaver, and I'm not going to do the floats in the thing. We're doing an update to the beaver. That is with the stole kit, the Baron stole kit, which are leading edge flaps. They don't move, but they're things that stick out of the front of the wings. Excuse me. And flared wingtips and flap covers so that they cover the holes on the flaps, as well as a straight float kit. Pointy spinner. The pointy spinner will actually be in the original as well. Baseball hat for the pilot, just in case you like that kind of thing. And what was the other thing? There was something else. Oh yes, I remember now. Crop dusting. Now I'm not going to take this for a spin because honestly, I don't know how to fly it. Yes, it's true. I don't fly it, but you can, and it will actually spray. Oh yes, she's a pretty airplane. I like this airplane too. Yep.
And the question, when do you think that will be available?
The add-on will be available later on today. And it will be $10 for those of you who bought direct from MilViz. And for those of you who haven't, you can get it from your vendors probably tomorrow for $15, $14.99. And from us for $14.99 as well. We'll also be doing a bundle, so you can get the beaver and the add-on, and it will cost you the same as if you were buying it direct from us. So to $9.99 I think it is. And let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna kill P3D like I did the last time. There we go. Let's start it again. And let's see. Okay, we'll be talking about that one pretty soon. Okay, now let me see. Ah, the F100. Maybe I'll show that one off. Oh, wait, hold on. Aha! Now this is definitely one of my favorite airplanes. Okay, I'm going to kill the volume here. Okay. Brakes, she's rolling! Stop rolling! Okay, there we go. I just got pedals today. Okay, so here we go. This is the front cockpit for the... Hello? No, there we go. Okay, we're maximum zoomed out. This is the front cockpit for the SR-71 Blackbird. Now, this aircraft is really cool. We're making it go 3.5 Mach, which is, as you know, really fast. Now, nothing, unfortunately, is working in this cockpit. Flight dynamics are not working. The plane is not functional at this point, though it is actually in code and is about 70% coded at this time. We are going to have the full set. I mean, it is going to have the unstarts, and it's going to have the SAS, where if you don't disable the rudders or the ailerons, or such as they are, it will actually crash the plane because they're moving too much. It's going to have all kinds of stuff. You'll only have 16 starts for the TEB. That's the trioxy blah 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 something or other. It's about that long. Many syllables. Very flammable stuff. Very dangerous. And yeah, this plane is going to be coming in two versions. One will be the pilot's airplane, which will be just the front VC, like you see here. Note that the materials are not done yet, so it does look a little cartoony. That's because we're not finished yet, so ignore the cartoony look. It will not look like that when it's finished. I promise. The second version will be the full set, which will have the front VC and the back VC. Now the pilot's version is also going to have a 2D pop-up, so you can set your INS and all that stuff. But everything that's in the back seat, like the radar and the TV and the OBS and all that stuff, that will be non-functional. So that's for people who have lower end systems and aren't able to, you know, throw lots of RAM at the systems. Now, for most of the stuff that is in the full version, you will unfortunately have to have TACPack, which means that for those of you who are using V4, the full set won't work until VRS releases TACPack. Now, we're working with VRS in trying to get them to release it by sending them emails. I'm sure other people are doing that. Yeah, so we're hoping that they deliver that soon rather than later. And yeah, so let's take a look at the outside of this aircraft here. Oops.
Can we see the rear cockpit as well?
I don't know how to get there. I don't know how to get there. Okay, so, but as you can see, we have the typical absolutely wonderful MilViz type texturing and modeling. And now I actually was lucky enough to get into one of the last of these airplanes that was open. They opened it specifically for me, for us and my team, Diego and myself and Steve. Thanks, Steve. Hey, how is it going? And yeah, so they let us get into this aircraft, not just on it, but into it, so we could take reference pictures. And yeah, so I've actually sat in an SR-71. Very cool. I also sat in an F-105. Also very cool. Big airplane. Oh my god, 18 feet off the ground, that one. Not this one. This one is actually quite small. You'd be surprised.
And will it leak on the ground?
It will leak on the ground, yes. And if you don't refuel it right away, you have to top up your tanks when you get into the air. And we do have a refuel system where you'll have basically two choices. It will be auto refuel, so you just have to get close to the tanker, or you have the real refuel where you'll actually have to hook up to the tanker. Doing that in this aircraft was apparently one of the hardest things that you could do. And it was the thing that washed most pilots who wanted to fly this plane out. So it's gonna be tough. It's probably not going to be as tough as it was in the real world, but it's definitely not going to be simple. So you'll be able to switch that with luck on the fly. And yeah, so there you go. And note the very cool lights that pop up and down. You can see them over here. This one is the top one. It's red. That actually will go down as the aircraft builds up speed. There's a little switch inside the cockpit. Again, the materials are not done, so do not look at these as anything but WIP, right? Work in progress. And yeah, oh, she's a beauty. I love this airplane. Okay, so let's move on to the next toy. Oh, did I say toy? Sorry. I didn't mean it. Really? I didn't mean it. I didn't. Okay, next. And just ignore that not for public release. Let's see here. Okay, now. Beaver. We looked at the Corsair, we looked at the 310, and North American 100. I love that airplane. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Oh, now here we go. Okay, now this is one that we have been working on for a while, on and off. Now, we haven't spent a huge amount of time working on it, and that's the truth. We haven't. But that said, we have started working on it again, most recently, and here it is in all its beauty. Now the materials on this one are pretty much done. As you can plainly see, it looks really good. This plane is a beauty. And Chuck this is one of his favorite airplanes. So he's going to be coating this with Tomas. Tomas is going to be doing the engine control so that the Garretts actually work like they should. And so that's going to be super cool. We're really going to make this fly like the real thing. That is the intention. We're trying to convince Bernd to come out of retirement to work on this, but apparently he's in the hills, so I'm not sure. So it might be Tom Fally who does it, or maybe even Chuck himself. We're not sure yet. And the outside of the aircraft looks like this. Hello? What's going on? Uh-oh. Looks like she froze. I don't know what that is all about. Oh dear. I think we're gonna have to restart. Yes. And so, do you have any questions on the Mutu, anybody? Nope. Okay, let's get that started, and we'll look at the external of the Mutu. You like my glasses? I really like my glasses. They're so awesome. They're so awesome. And let's see here. We're just gonna, oh, there it is, I passed it. Okay, here we go. And that's it. Okay, so things about the move. No, we are not doing the stretchy version. We're only doing the solitaire. That's it, nothing else. We only do one type of aircraft, one version of a particular aircraft. Oh, it seems that I crashed already. That's what it was. Is that a little weird or what? Okay, well, I have no idea what that's all about. Let's try loading our vehicle again. I don't know why it's doing that, but there you go. Okay. And it keeps crashing. I don't know why. Very strange. Anyway, you can see it. It looks like an airplane. Looks like a Mutu. That's it. Okay, so I am going to pick the next airplane. Now, we wanted to show you the T-38C today, but unfortunately, our lead coder on that was unable to get us a version of it for V4. So this is the Lear 60 XR. I think I may have shown this last time, but just to show it to you again, this is not what our PL21 is going to look like. It's not. It looks like the same one that's going into the KA and the Avanti, and that's one of the nice advantages of doing a PL21. We only have to do it really once, and then with minor changes in the FMS and also in the checklist and also in the display functions, we'll only have to do those changes for the minor changes, and then the avionics, this stuff, and you know, all the buttons and stuff, and this stuff, and that stuff. And then we can actually fly all three airplanes in relatively short order. I'm not going to promise release dates. I'm not even going to talk about that. So if you ask, you're not going to get an answer. And yeah, okay. So let's move to the next one. Yes. And now let's see, where is it here? I think that's it for this. Now I could show you the C-130, but we looked at it last time. So if you want me to show it, you can ask Ashin, who is manning the station. You want to see it? Anybody want to see it? Okay, hold on, where is it? can't find it. R. Let's see. C-130. There it is. Okay. So, pause. There we go. And this is the C-130. She is awesome. Now, one of the great things about having Tom Fowley on our team, this guy has flown everything. He's the guy who did the Beaver flight dynamics. He's flown the 737. He also did that. He's flown this particular, not this particular type, but this, or rather, he's flown this type, but not this particular variant. And he has about 3,000 plus hours in it. So just hold on a second. We're getting a message from Colin. I'm just going to kill... Oh, hold on a second. Sorry about that noise. Hold on. How do you stop this? R. Okay, so what does he say? Oh, they're almost there. That's awesome. Okay, so on this particular airplane, we're going to have the full set of MFDs, PFDs. The CDUs are going to be a tweaked version of the FMS 3000. We may go for the full dandy, but maybe not. We'll see. Not 100% sure on that. These devices here, whose name I have clearly forgotten, they're being done by Sandra right now. So just to go through what we've done this stuff. We've done these. We're working on these. And we're working on this and this.
And you've done the heads up as well.
The heads up is done as well. Asheen actually did the graphics for that. Yeah, and actually Asheen did the graphics for just about everything. Tomas is going to be doing the systems controls as well as the engines for those big, very big turboprops that are outside. And no, we are not doing wing flex because apparently on this aircraft there is very little wing flex, and that's for a very important reason, because this airplane is not, it's designed to hit the ground hard. So there you go. And yeah, she's so pretty.
You get to see the microwave.
God. Oh, I can show the microwave, sure. Yeah. Yeah, she's a beaut. Okay, now we've had Don Price, who actually knows this aircraft really well. He's also a member of our better team. He's told us that there are some, yes, he's floating. He's told us that there are some things wrong with this particular aircraft, and they will be fixed. That includes the fact that it's got the JATO markings on the back here, and this aircraft doesn't do JATO. Among other things, the parachute door things open. Where are they? These things right here. I think it's these things. I can't remember. Anyway, they open up and protect the... Oh no, they're in the back. That's right. Right here. These are actually doors that open and protect the parachuters from the airflow. And there you go. So on this aircraft, surprisingly, I didn't know this. I thought the wheels came out and then went outwards. They do not do that. They just come straight down. Another company's C-130, the wheels come down and then go out. That is not the reality. This is for pilots who don't know what they're doing and who pull up too hard and scratch the bottom. Yeah, so you don't want to do that, right? And yeah, there's this airplane. We're going to have a bunch of versions for this. We have a 30 long. We have the version that has the refuel door and a version that doesn't have a refuel door. We're probably not going to have multiple versions of antennas. So yeah, and definitely only the J version is being done.
So no L100.
No L100, no. I don't even know what that is.
He says civilian version.
No, we're not making the civilian version. The Cockpit is a slightly deviated version of the KC-130, and it will not have the back seat. I mean, it has the seat, but it doesn't have the panels and all that stuff, mostly because We already have 700 and some odd animations. Ashin is actually tagging those. And that's a lot. So if we had the extra panels in the back, we'd have to add an extra 200. So that is not going to happen. Besides which, you'd have to have 3 people flying the plane. Plus, we heard direct from a Loadmaster's mouth that they almost never, if ever, use the Loadmaster software that's in this aircraft. So we're not doing that. And that's it. Yes, the dirt will be removed. It's not, you know, it's too dirty. We know that. We're aware of that. There's the water drinking thing. I'm not sure exactly how to go back and forth in this aircraft. No, that's not it. Is it this way? I can't remember. Oops. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, so what is this? Flight testing. If it's the same aircraft, that's nice, but we're still not going to be doing it. If you're doing a repaint, we're only doing C-130 actuals repaints. But if somebody outside of that wants to, you know, load their own, they're more than welcome to do so, because we'll supply a paint kit. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the T-38C again, but I'm unable to do so. So I'm just going to talk about it without showing it. I'm just going to remove this so it doesn't say Alabeo. Thank you very much. And yeah, so the T-38C, what is it going to be? Well, it's a 2-seater. It's going to have absolutely everything that the real T-38C has as per the manual, which means it is not going to be simple to fly. Much of the code that's going into that aircraft is, luckily for us, a lot of the same code that goes into the F-16C Block 50 that we're doing. So that is a wonderful thing because it means that we can reuse a lot of the code. Now, I could actually talk about the F-16C if you want.
Yeah, one person wants to know about it.
So the VC, we had a guy modeling it, and then it was total, to use a bad word, crap. And so we junked it and hired another guy, and now we're seeing where he's at. The external model is finished. We're very happy with how it looks. And so we're waiting for the VC. Once we have the VC, we'll be ready to move. Some of the graphics have already been done, is that right? I believe some of the graphics have been done for...
well, I think John said most of it was done already, so
yeah.
I just did the DED.
Right. So we've got some stuff ready for it. It has to be coded. But yeah, it's going to be up there in terms, you know, it'll be a MilViz product, so it's not going to be a lower end, you know, it's going to be high end. It'll be realer than the normal stuff that you can get out there. And same for the T-38C. The T-38C, because it is exceedingly complex as an aircraft, surprisingly, it's actually 3 aircraft in one. The base is the T-38C, and then there's an it flies sort of like an F-22. Some of the systems are like the F-22, and some of the systems are like the F-16C. So that pilots who learn on the T-38C can do one or the other. We're never going to do an F-22. Sorry, I'm just saying, not going to happen for a variety of reasons. One is we don't have a manual, and yeah. So the T-38C is going to have probably 2 levels of complexity. One is going to be you don't have to input, you don't have to make a flight plan. It will be, you can just take it up and fly around. The other is you actually have to make a flight plan and you have to follow the checklists, of which it's quite complicated. The manual, I believe, is 1,400 pages, which is a lot. I'm not saying that you have to read the whole manual. You don't. But if you want to fly like the real pilots do, you do. And okay, so I'm not sure. What did Colin say?
He said it's compiling.
It's compiling. Okay, so like 5 minutes. Yes, we're talking about the King Air. Yes, the 350i, the one that nobody believes we're actually doing. That, you know, we stopped doing it. We didn't stop doing it. We're actually working on it. Yes. I know, it's hard to believe, isn't it? It's so true. Oh, what's this? It's the 50, yes. Working on it in a moment. They're in sim. Okay, yeah, but I can't see them. See that? See that? Colin says, we're working on it. Okay.
Hi, Colin.
Oh, hi, Colin. Yeah, I'm not sure he's actually watching that, but okay. So I can show you the F105D while we're waiting. Here we go. Let's get rid of P3D. And we'll load up 3 Studio Max. Now the F105 is one of my favorite aircraft. It's big. It carries a lot of stuff. And yeah, it's a very cool airplane. I sat in it. Oh, did I mention that? Yes, I did. Okay, hold on. Let's just get this going here. Okay, and actually, if you want to see what the F-16 looks like right now, oh, I can't. Sorry. Where is it? F-105. Ooh, you want to see this? Oh, hold on. Let me get this up and running. Hold on, hold on, hold on. 3D reach, ATR 72. Okay, and hold it. Okay, now this product, the coding has already started. We are also presently working on just CTD. Okay, the coding has already started on this one. So it's definitely working. Now, let's just get closer. Okay, now I have basically approved this model with some minor things like this, yuck, and this, yuck, and wait a minute, yuck, and wait a minute, hold on. Yuck! Oh, yuck! Yeah, so we don't like that kind of stuff here. And yuck. Yeah, so all that stuff is going to be fixed so that it looks great in game. Now, typical of our models, the cockpit door is going to be closed, so you're not going to see anything back of this point in the VC. And we do that to save RAM and get good FPS. Because yeah, it adds a lot, as you can plainly see. This stuff isn't going to be visible at all. We're actually deleting it. And yeah, so like I said, the guy who's coding this, he's coding it for X-Plane at the same time as he's coding it for FSX P3D. This aircraft will likely be the last aircraft that we do for FSX. So guys, be ready for that because it's gonna happen. And that is within the next 18 months. I'm not saying we're going to release it in the next 18 months. I'm saying that in the next 18 months, we are going to stop coding for FSX. The reason is simple. Coding for 5 different platforms just isn't on. We can't do it. It's just not financially viable. And so there you go. Now these FMSs are very fortunately very similar to the FMS 3000, so we're going to tweak it out so that it nearly matches, if not matches exactly. Again, Tomas is going to be doing the engine control on this aircraft, and I will show you the external if you want to see it. The external has been approved and it has begun getting painted, and here we go. Okay, so this is the ATR. We are not doing the 500, we're only doing the 672. Not the 42, nothing like that. And as you can plainly see, she's fully animated, ready to go. Except for, I think, the nose wheel steering. I'm not sure if I did that yet. Oh, I did, yeah. And yeah, so this airplane is going to be very, very nice. Let's just see what's going on with... there you go. Yep. I can tell you which parts are not done. Yeah. The PL21 is fully done. The yes, it was. Did you buy? If you bought it, Pager 94X1. If you actually bought the early adopter, then, and that was the alpha version. If you bought it, then you definitely get the bonus steam gauge. That is correct. If you didn't, then you don't. So yeah. Now, the things that are not done in the KA350, I will talk about that now while we hopefully wait for Colin to get a version of it over to us. The things that are not done in the KA350i are as follows. The sound set is not fully done. The icing is not fully done. The concatenation, where we take everything and we put it together, is not done. The FMS is not fully done. It's nearly done. It's very close. We have Robin Goodchild working on it, along with Colin Bidencap, who is actually TFDI and did the 717. So our team is working together on that project, and we are working on the 300, which is the Steam version, at the same time. So many of the systems are already done. We just have to tie it together and wrap up the FMS. I am not going to give you a timeline because I don't have one. The parts of the FMS that we're working on presently are not simple. They're not. This is hard stuff. It's not easy. So we're doing the best that we can and going as fast as we can. And there are always people working on it. There's Henry. There was Sandra. She's not working on it anymore. There's Colin and Brandon, both from TFDI. Tomas and Robin. So that's a lot of people working on the same project. We don't want to throw any more because it just makes a mess. So yeah. So let's take a look at the 350. And there you go. Well, I'm not going to make any promises about delivery date, okay? We don't know when it will be released. We just don't know. And let's take a look here at Dropbox. Radio Reach. Hello. I can show that. Oh yes, let's take a look at this. Okay. Hold on. And not done. Let's see, where is it? 15C and... Oh, wrong one. Sorry about that, just ignore that. Hold on. Okay, so we've been working on the F15C for a long time. It's a horribly long project. Part of the reason was that at the time when we started, we didn't actually have the proper manuals for this particular type of aircraft. But now we do. So we have totally revamped this cockpit, and we are presently revamping the external to match because it was done incorrectly as well. And now we've got our text version, and tomorrow and the next day my job is going to be breaking this sucker apart and animating all of the bits and bobs so that Jonathan Bleeker of the F4 can actually get this into game and get it coded. Now, a lot of the stuff is already done. I would say, Jonathan will kill me if I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, probably about 70% of it is already done. And yeah, so this is going to be a nice plane. Now, it is only air-to-air. And again, to use it in V4 properly, you're going to need TACPack, which is not ready yet. So, here you go. This plane, gonna be fun. Gonna be so fun. Okay, let's take a look at the F105. Where is she? F105, F105, F105. F105, F105. There it is. Alright. And let's take a look. Oops. Okay. This is one busy airplane. Oh my lord. Actually, I think I have a texted version of this. Hold on just a second here. I think this is it here. Let's see. Hold on. Hi, Sheen. Say hi.
Hi.
I already showcased this SR-71. I'm not going to do it again.
No, you want the SR-72.
Oh, yeah, 72. Yeah, we don't have that one. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Let's turn off that. Oh, excuse the noise. Sorry. Oh, my goodness me. Hold on. There we go. Let's hide the glass. Thank you. Okay, so this is the F105D. Now, all these nifty colors, it is going to come just like that to you when you buy it. No, I'm kidding. It's really not going to look like that. But it would be kind of cool, don't you think? MilViz colors, purple, no? Okay. So, it's not going to look like that, but as you can see, again, it is fully animated, and it does all the things that the F105 does, including, oh yes, the rat. There we go. Now, this plane had a lot of problems. It had flame outs. It did all kinds of nasty things. It was difficult to fly. Note the inside of the intakes. See those parts? They move. Yes, airflow. That's right. Two different kinds of refueling devices, probe and also drogue. You could do both. And here we go. The cockpit. Ignore the stuff on the seat. That's just temporary stuff. And let's get rid of the glass. Hold on, hold on. Okay, now as you can plainly see, this aircraft is so complicated, so busy. Oh my goodness me. Now, I'm not 100% sure who's coding this, but I am hopeful that it's a person whose name we won't mention. I'm hoping. We'll see. And yeah, she is going to be wonderful. And there you go. So this aircraft is hopefully going to take off before the end of the year. See my fingers? They are crossed. What does that mean? It means maybe. This is not a promise. It means maybe. Okay, now let's see if Colin has got this going. How's it going? Because I'm done.
No, what about the Otter?
I already showed the Otter. Don't you remember?
Oh, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Okay, well, we can take a look at the Otter. Hold on a second. Let me shut that down and say goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. And the Otter.
Sky Raider?
The Sky Raider isn't really ready for showing, but we are working on a Sky Raider. We are. It's a very nice looking Sky Raider. And we're also working on putting our aircraft into V4 as we speak. And that has not yet happened for a variety of reasons. Mostly because it is a lot more complicated to put our stuff into this stuff. It's just so complicated that we've had a lot of difficulty, and we also want to, you know, fix the bugs for some of the stuff like the MD-530 with its start issues, and the 407, you know, and the other aircraft like the 737. Which, just so you know, we are absolutely removing the FMS from the 737 for a whole bunch of reasons. So it will no longer have it, and I'm sorry, but yeah, not going to have it anymore. Let's see, DHC-3 base.
Any other helicopters in MilViz future? A glass Chinook?
I'm not gonna go there right at the moment. We are working on one, but I'm not going to talk about it right at the moment. Sorry. And here we go. Okay, now this is very much whip. Sorry. This is very much whip. Work in progress. And Most of it is not done. As you can plainly see, none or almost none of the materials are done. And the gauges have this funny red and yellow stuff on it. Just ignore that. Fortunately for us, a lot of the code from the Beaver is very similar to that in the Beaver. So we don't, fortunately most of the code in the Beaver is the same as the one in the Otter, sorry. And so much of it is a straight up transposition. The airplane is obviously bigger, heavier, has a bigger engine, more horsepower, you know, it's different CG, it's, you know, so that stuff is going to be adjusted so that it works, but essentially the airplane works in a very similar manner. So it should be fairly easy to get this one out the door. Now, I am fully aware that Aeroplane Heaven and also FS Add-on are making Otters. Now, we're not trying really hard to be first. We're trying really hard to be the best. And I think the Beaver shows what we can do. And that's the intention is...
What about that? Are you tempted? B-52?
Oh, the B-52.
Would you be tempted someday?
Yeah. I tell you, the B-52 is I like it. I would do one, maybe. The problem is all of, you know, it's 4 people. 4 people fly that aircraft. It's intensely complex. You know, the B1 is one I would rather do if I was to do a 4-seater, you know, but even then, we don't have the manuals for much of the systems. They're classified. So, you know, we'd have to simplify it and dumb it down to make it viable. And, you know, in an ideal world, we would take the systems from the B-52 and put them in the bone. It's under discussion. I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no, I'm saying maybe. I'd like to do it. But to do it better than the other one that's out there already, you know, it wouldn't take much maybe, but it would still take a pretty large amount of work. Plus, we'd probably be looking at between 2 and 3 years of work just for that. And that's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of things can change in that amount of time. So... we'll have to see.
Apparently Colin's posted a teaser here, so...
Alright, so there's a teaser. I can't see it.
Nope.
There you go. The VC screens aren't working. All gauges compiled. C, non-CTD. Okay. So, we wanted to show the KA, but unfortunately, in-game, we can't. Colin's having some issues getting it into game. I think I made my my date a little bit too quick, yeah, so they weren't able to get it in. But as you can see, Colin has posted some pictures. Yeah, but I don't think I want to wait because I have to actually go pretty soon to pick up my kid. So this is the Otter. She's going to be nice. She's going to have straight floats. She's going to have amphib float. She's going to have skis. She's already got the prop in. Woohoo! Yep, that is a nice airplane. And yeah, so that's it. And let me just speak to Colin, so just ignore me. Sheen will talk over there. Legit like 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. Colin says 5 minutes. Alright. I am going to put on a dance show. I am going to put on... I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not actually going to put on a dance show. I'm a terrible dancer. My 6-year-old says that I am a terrible dancer.
That's their job.
Oh, saying that you're a terrible dancer?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the F6F?
I can't talk about that. Sorry. I'm not allowed to talk about that. I should never have mentioned it. Just ignore that. It never happened. There you go. So let's see, what else can I talk about here?
Is there any chance you do an old 707?
Unlikely. Very unlikely. We are looking at doing a challenger though, mostly because the other company doing a PL21 has decided not to support Navigraph, which is, I think, a mistake. So we're looking at doing a challenger and maybe an SR7, not an SR71, an SU27. Now, the SU27 is a little bit of a problem, mostly because the only manual that we have is in Russian. And though Dimitri and his team read Russian, none of us do over here. So it might be a little bit hard to do. Let's see what else. Colin, are you ready?
I think time goes more slowly here.
Yeah, it goes more slowly.
Or quickly.
Or quickly, yeah. No F22. Okay, so Colin just sent me a file. So here we go. FMS is showing in the model, listening to the stream in the background. Right, hi Colin. Okay. I'm waiting for it to show up. It's working. Okay, so I am not going to do anything. Alright, sorry about that. For some reason, my computer just went blue screen of death. It decided it just hated me, I guess. I don't know. Like some people do. I don't know why people don't like me, but they don't. You know, don't tell me why, okay? I know why. Thank you. Okay, so Colin is telling me copy everything from Dropbox Colin's team. Colin's team, there we go. King Air 350i distribution, P3D V4. Okay. Yeah, man. Okay. Has it finished? Hi. Uploading. Let's see here. And I don't know. We'll see. It looks like it's finished. Okay, so we're gonna try this. See, Lockheed Martin, A3D-V4, Simlogics, airplanes, and okay, up one because I put it right here. Okay. Yes. Continue. And continue. Okay, so we're uploading it, and we're gonna give it a shot. So everybody do this, please. Not this. This. Alright, let's give it a shot. Okay, come on, baby. I'm hoping. I am hoping. Come on. You can do it. I'm gonna have a Skittle. Does anybody else here like Skittles? I am a big fan of Skittles. Unknown. I'm guessing it's this one. No, that's not it. Okay. Did you call it MilViz? Okay. Hold on. Let's just try King Air. King Air. Okay, obviously that didn't work. Oops.
It's listed as 350i.
Okay, let's try 350. Okay, that's definitely not. There it is! Okay, things to note. I have not yet seen this in game. Asheen has not yet seen this in game. I think at this point, Colin is probably the only person who has seen this in game. So, let's go. We're going to try it out. And we'll see. Error connecting to database. But it's still loading. Keep your fingers crossed. Loading, loading, loading. Oh, well, you look at that! Oh my god! Oh. Okay. So yes, folks, this is the MilViz King Air 350i with, I'm just going to put the brakes on here with my new pedals. This is the King Air 350i with the full implementation of PFDs and MFDs that are fully operational. Ignore this screen over here, please, because obviously they did not put it in properly, but trust me, it's exactly the same as this one, right? You know that, or you should. Now, the FMS is not fully functional yet, but apparently we can push buttons, and so I'm gonna zoom in here and I'm gonna push some buttons. Maybe Colin can tell me how to push buttons, but I don't really know about that. So let's see, select I don't know how to do this. I have no idea, but yeah, it does work. Let's see if we can do something up here first. Here. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. So it works. I have no idea what this does.
Index is telling you. I don't know.
Who? Colin?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. FMX wasn't worth of that error, but it has SID stars everywhere. Right PFD is coded, just not mapped. Right. Index. There we go. I'm pushing index. Woohoo! Ooh, look at that. Status. Let's check that one out. Yep. Okay. Well, that's back to the same thing, I guess. Index. Position initialization. Ooh, look at this. It's working! Isn't everybody happy with this? Look at this. Let's check out a flight plan. And look! Look, it's actually working! See, I didn't lie. I didn't shelve it. I didn't stop the project. Ah, my goodness, people sometimes. Okay, so let's see if we can get this airplane in the air and see it doing something, shall we? What's going on over there? Ooh!
Oh, shiny.
Is she pretty or what? Okay, so let's just talk before I do anything else. I take the brakes off and apply power. I'm just going to talk about the people, the 400 people who bought in on the alpha. There are now 398 of you. You will be getting the Steam version. You will also, as soon as we have a functional FMS, be getting a new alpha. It will be an alpha, but it will be very, very close to beta. And they will be watermarked, and there will be DRM. Please, please do not distribute. And yeah, so pretty soon, I think we're very, very close. Colin can answer actually that question. It's missing a font. There you go. There you go. So let's take her up. So I'm taking off the brakes. Note that I am not really a pilot at this kind of thing. Full power. Let's go. There we go. Okay. And I have no idea what speed I'm supposed to rotate. I think it's 180. I'm going the wrong way here, folks. Woohoo! Oh boy, that's a little bit okay, there we go. And gear. Let's take a look outside. Okay. Yeah, we're getting some stutters. Don't worry, that's my machine, not P3DV4. Plus, this airplane has not yet been optimized, so do not look at this as anything but an alpha, because that's exactly what it is. It's not even an alpha. But let's take a look at this here. You can see that it is actually functioning as it's supposed to. The PFD and the MFD are working. Now we do not have the engines tied in yet because Tomas's code has not been put into this model yet. But his code is pretty much done, so very shortly he will integrate his code, and at that point all of the stuff on the MFD, including the engine data, will all work. We are probably not going to do rain, mostly because it's FPS unfriendly, and we don't need the hassle for that. Okay, I am not really going to try and land because I think I'm going way too fast and I'm going way too high.
Yeah, you've got like a red warning and everything. That's
yeah,
cool.
I'm going way too fast here, folks. I'm overstressing the airframe. But you can see plainly that this aircraft actually is in progress and looking good, I might add. I'm quite happy. Shout out to Brandon Filer of TFDI and also MilViz. Hi, Brandon. Who actually reworked much of the stuff inside the cockpit to make it look nicer. And yeah, so she's looking good. I'm very happy with this aircraft now. It's very nice to see the PFD and the MFD in the plane. Very nice indeed. Yep. So there you have it. I'm not sure if anybody has any questions. And if you do, now's the time to ask them, because I'm going to be dropping off pretty soon to go get my kid. And oh yeah, she is pretty. Yeah, let's take a look at the outside. Oh man, look at that plane! So I think for those of you who have been, you know, on me for the past 2 years, hopefully you will be less on me, because, you know, I'm showing you what we've actually been working on for the past years. You know, the thing actually does what it's supposed to so far. We have full checklist system in there. You have to change buttons, Colin. I don't like this. It should be one click and I crashed. Can you believe it? Look at that. That's what happens when you are texting. I wasn't texting, but you get the idea. Okay, so will it reload? I have no idea. We'll find out in a minute. So,
Sparky wonders if there's time to see the Viper. I know it didn't load properly last time.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna load up the Viper.
Terrain, weather, and charts. That will be supported, won't they?
Terrain, weather. Okay, so let's talk about this terrain thing. The terrain will be at least partially implemented. I'm not making promises about a full ND and everything, okay? We'll have it partially implemented to the extent that we can. I'm not making any promises on how much or how far. Will it be as realistic as the real one? Probably not. The WX, this product will come with the Rex MilViz WXR included, built in. It's already actually built in and working. It just doesn't work in V4 yet because we are still fixing the testing the API to make sure that it works 100% in V4. And once it does, it will be released to those clients who have it. Speak to Rex for any and all support issues. Don't speak to me. Don't speak to MilViz. But yes, it will be included in the V4. So those of you who purchased Alpha are now getting a slight bonus as well. Let's see. Charts. Yes. Full TOS. TOS probably. Full, maybe not. SVT, I would be surprised because I think you actually have to pay extra for that, and so we're not putting that in. Synthetic vision, there's a lot of issues with it causing huge frame rate issues. We're looking at it. We'll see. No promises. We're definitely not putting HUDs in here, and that's an absolute no right there. That's not going to happen. And that's it, I think. So F-16, right? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get the F-16. Oh, Colin? Thanks, man. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna load up the F-16. F-16 data rate. Okay, hold on. I'm coming. I wasn't expecting to have to do the F-16 again. Okay, so here we go. Load up Max. Wait for it. Alright, and she's coming. Alright, now some people have complained about the nose of this aircraft. It is right. We did it exactly the way it's supposed to be done. So, no comments, please. Thank you. Okay, hold on. So I'm showing the external first, and then we'll take a look at the VC. Okay, wait for it. She's loading. And there we go. Okay, now, as you may know about us, we really like dirt on our aircraft. Now, some of you may say, no maintainer in his right mind or her right mind would allow their F-16 to be so dirty. Well, I'm sorry, I beg to differ. We actually have proof that airplanes are in fact dirtier than this. Yes, it's true. Okay, I'm not going to show the proof right now, but if you look on Google, you will find it. Okay, this model is finished. It's got reds, as you can see, and it's fully animated. It is not yet in sim, and as you can plainly see, there is no cockpit. Okay, and now let's take a look at the VC. Now the VC is, like I said, a work in progress. It's not done. Where is it? Dropbox, 3D, F-16.
Also a question about the engines here on the...
one more thing, is it going to be a proper... Yes, it will be a proper PT6 simulation. It will be the best one out there in the market other than the Majestic, or close to the Majestic. Okay? I'm going to say better than the B200 some other developer made. Okay? And there you go. Air France has F-16s. I didn't know. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so these are, let me just go to a top view. These are the panels that we're working on. And what we do is we lay them out on top of an image of the cockpit layout, and then our modeler makes them. And then he or she puts them into the cockpit. Now, as you can plainly see, it is not in any way, shape, or form finished yet. It's rough, and it's actually incorrect. But we are working on it, and we will make it right. And there you go. So there's the Viper. She's gonna be hot. We're real happy about doing this one. 2 years. Pretty sure. A year to 2 years before we're ready with this one. And yeah. So I think that's it. And I'd like to say thank you to all of my clients, our clients. Thank you very much for supporting us. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. I know I can be not so nice sometimes, but I make good airplanes. And thanks, Colin, again, man. You rock! You rock! You rock! Okay, and Asheen, too. Thank you very much, Asheen. And that's it. So I'll see you guys later. And don't say that to Flight 1. What, are you crazy? Why do you have to be so mean? Really, don't be like that. You don't have to say stuff like that. Anyway, bye. Have a nice day.